Hello everyone, I am Cyril Gabriel Ecalaluan and I'm here today to discuss a significant period in Earth's geological history, the large-scale volcanic events. The focus of the study is on the extensive felsic volcanism that occurred in the Tisa mega unit of East Central Europe during the Permian period. In this presentation, I will detail the findings of researchers Meredi et al. From mineralogical, petrological, geochemical, and geochronological analysis of the volcanic rocks. So let's discuss first the introduction. So from the latest Carboniferous to the earliest Triassic, multiple episodes of late Paleozoic magmatic activity occurred in a post-collisional to extensional setting within the Carpathian Panionian region, particularly in the Apocene Mountains, southern Transdanubia, and the western Carpathians. The Permian magmatism of the Tisa mega unit, dated to 268 to 260 MA, is among the youngest in East Central Europe and is characterized by anerogenic features. While felsic volcanic rocks in the Pannonian Basin have been studied in detail, similar formations in the Apocene Mountains remain largely undated and uncorrelated. This study aims to fill that gap by characterizing these rocks petrographically, geochemically, and geochronologically, expanding the regional database, interpreting the results in the context of plutonic and volcanic systems, evaluating the effects of post-magmatic alterations, and establishing the regional lithostratigraphic correlations. Now let's discuss the geological background. So the Tisa mega unit forms the pre-Neogene basement south of the mid-Hungarian line and is exposed in several areas, including the Apoceni and the Mexic Mountains. So this is a tectonic sketch of the Carpathian Panionian region pointing out the occurrences of the Permian magmatic formations in the Tisa mega unit. We can also see here the location of the mid-Hungarian line and including the Apoceni and the Mexic Mountains surrounding the Tisa mega unit. The permanent felsic volcanic rocks are found which is mostly rhyodacite to rhyolitic and linked to rift-related explosive volcanism. It is geochemically similar across regions and may link to the orogenic type granitoids, suggesting a plutonic volcanic system, while the Apoceni Mountains host these rocks mainly in a Kodru nappe system with some in the Biharia nappe system. It shows alpine tectonic and hydrothermal alterations. So the image beside is a simplified geological map of the Apoceni Mountains showing its alpine nappe systems and also the said Kodro nappe system and the Biharia nappe system, the most significant rock associations and the localities of the studied Permian Belsic volcanic rocks. This image shows the Mesozoic Fagies zone in the basement of the Tisa mega unit. While in this image, it shows the occurrence of the studied Permian felsic volcanic rocks in the Kodromoma and Bihor Mountains, which is located at the western central Apoceni Mountains. So let's discuss the materials and methods. The samples for this study were collected from the three main regions of the Tisavego unit: the Apoceni Mountains, the Eastern Pannonian Basin, and the Southern Transdanubia. Most samples came from the western central Apoceni Mountains, including both relatively unaltered felsic pyroclastics and strongly deformed or metamorphosed rocks. Additional samples from boreholes in the eastern Pannonian Basin and southern Transdanubia were analyzed to better constrain the timing of Permian felsic volcanism. Petrographic, mineralogical, and microstructural analysis were performed using thin sections such as the SEM, the Raman spectroscopy, and the XRPD or the X-ray powder diffraction, and also the bulk rock geochemistry was done via ICP methods. The garnet compositions were analyzed by electron microprobe, and also the zircon uranium lead dating was carried out on 14 representative samples to determine the timing of the volcanic activity across the studied regions. Now let's discuss the results. Through the petrography, the studied silicic volcanic rocks are primarily shows crystal-rich welded lapillitops with preserved pyroclastic textures containing 20 to 32% fragmented phenocrysts, mainly quartz and potassium feldspar, 4 to 14% vitrified FIAM, and 59 to 66% fine-grained matrix. They exhibit strong eutaxitic textures with aligned FIAM and glass shards. Alterations features include sericitization, carbonatization, silicification, while deformation is evident through quartz recrystallization and strange shadows around porphyroclasts. Crystal poor lapillitops from the Batonia pusta-Foldsvar area have also similar mineralogy, but it lacks mafic components compared to the rest. For the geochemistry, excuse me, most Permian felsic volcanic rocks from the Tisa Mega unit are rhyolites with high silica content ranging from 69.2 to 78.2%, and variable alkali levels also. Despite post-depositional alterations, trace element analysis classifies most crystal-rich pyroclastic rocks are considered as rhyodacite or dacite, while the crystal-poor samples are identified as rhyolites. The total rare earth element content varies from 110 to 1,248 ppm, with several Apuseni mountain samples showing strong light rare earth element enrichment and moderate negative EU anomalies. The rocks are enriched in rubidium, thorium, uranium, and potassium, indicating a within plate granite character, while some outliers plat as syncolational granite due to localized geochemical deviations. The total rare earth element or rare earth content varies significantly. The tectonic discrimination diagram suggests that the rock belongs to a volcanic arc and within plate granite fields. For the mineralogy, the XRPD analysis of the most deformed pyroclastic rocks shows a bulk composition of 40 to 50% quartz and also 30 to 40% elite with plus or minus muscovite and 10 to 20% albitic plagioclase with minor calcite. The elitic material is predominantly the non-expandable 2M1 polytype, and the Esquivel indices indicate a relatively iron-rich composition. Crystallization occurred under green schist facies conditions and it is confirmed by Ki by cell values and crystallized size measurements. For the geochronology, it is divided into five sections. The elite potassium argon ages. So these ages indicate the samples are nearly cogenetic, while the elitic material identified as mixed, potassium sodium mica is linked to a progressive metamorphic event. For the zircon textures and the uranium lead ages, zircon crystals range from 100 to 400 qm with variations of euhedral to subhedral forms. The youngest population ages were interpreted as eruption ages, calculated using the Concordia and weighted mean age methods. For the zircon age of crystal-rich pyroclastic rocks, which is found or extracted through the Apuseni Mountains in southern Transdanubia. Here, six samples were analyzed, showing mostly concordant dates but some discordance that ranges from 12 to 54%. The youngest eruption ages from between 270.4 plus or minus 4.1 MA and 266.6 plus or minus 2.8 MA. Some older xenocrystic domains up to 556.7 MA and younger lead loss dates were noted. Zircon age crystal poor pyroclastic rocks, which is found at the Eastern Pannonian Basin. Here, five samples were analyzed. Higher discordance in tectonized basement areas, up to 60%. The xenocrystic and anticrystic domains identified ranging from 2,803.8 MA to 273.8 MA. Interpreted eruption ages range from 268.6 plus or minus 3.5 MA to 260.2 plus or minus 3.2 MA. And lastly, the zircon age of deformed felsic magmatic rocks, which is found at the Apuseni Mountains and the Eastern Pannonian Basin. It analyzed three altered samples. The deformed ignimbrites, which is the 177 over 1 and the Kel 11, shows concordant dates with some xenocrystic and anticrystic domains. The eruption ages from 265.2 plus or minus 3.1 MA and 263.0 plus or minus 3.7 MA. The OPR1 sample shows 66% concordance with no xenocrystic cores, interpreted age 262.9 plus or minus 2.8 MA. For the next slide, the table shows the most relevant information about the studied materials, including the sampling details and the results of the petrographic and geochemical classification of the study. The next is that this is a photomicrograph of some representative crystal-rich pyroclastic rocks, which are the rhyodacite or the dacitic ignimbrites, is in the Apuseni Mountains. The A to D samples variously welded and non-deformed ignimbrites with well-preserved pyroclastic texture, the Kodru, Enamoma, and Bihor Mountains regions. Next is the E2F, which is the resiticized, hydrothermally overprinted in ignimbrites with secondary quartz and pyrite, which is found at the Chondromoma and Bihor Mountains, while the G2H samples strongly altered and tectonically deformed ignimbrites with well-developed foliation, which is found at the Bihor Mountains. The next slide shows photomicrographs of some representative crystal-poor pyroclastic rocks, or rhyolites, in the Batonia Futsba Foldvar basement ridge. The A to C samples are found in the Eastern Pannonian Basin, welded rheomorphic ignimbrites and lava-like ash tops, respectively. So while the D sample, rhyodacite slash dacitic dike in southern Transdanubia, and the E2F variously deformed rhyolitic dikes found at the southwest Apuseni Mountains. This is the classification of the studied Permian felsic volcanic rocks in the total alkali system or total alkali diagram and the ZR over TiO2 versus the NB over Y diagram. Most of the studied volcanic rocks from the Pannonian Basin, Hungary, as well as the Permian Hayes granitoids, which are the red triangles as per the diagram. For the discussion, here we will discuss the petrological and geochemical significances and the geochronological and stratigraphic significances. For the pristine composition and alteration fascies, most pristine compositions are found in granitoid rocks. Pyroclastic and lava rocks are often altered, showing increased potassium, vapor phase reactions, diagenesis, hydrothermal overprint, and metamorphism. Alterations include cerussitization, carbonatization, albitization, hematization, and vitrification are employed into this study. Ductile deformation with mineral glute due to fluid interaction, and also the sericitite rich matrix indicates deformation under green schist fascist conditions. So the conditions under dominant alteration and deformation events shows a major alteration linked to alpine tectonic events, the aqueous fluid influx leading to mineral transformations, mainly in Hayes granitoids. It also linked to late Cretaceous metamorphism during the alpine knap stacking, while the green schist fascist conditions evidenced by quartz deformation and potassium sodium mica, and also the radiometric dating shows deformation during the late Cretaceous. For the geochronological and stratigraphic significances, the Permian magmatic systems includes bimodal volcanic episodes primarily within the Middle Permian, ranging from 274 to 257 MA. The geochronological data suggests overlapping magmatic events, making it difficult to distinguish separate episodes. For the stratigraphic concerns, stratigraphic interpretations are complicated by alpine tectonics and varying rock deformation levels. Some formations previously attributed to distinct tectonic units have been reassigned based on petrographic and geochemical data, while the Kodru NS or the Kodru North-South is suggested to include some previously Biharia North-South assigned Permian rocks. The Permian felsic volcanic rocks of the Tisa Mega unit experience a post-magmatic alterations, including hydrothermal effects and deformation linked to alpine tectonics. The rocks consist of crystal-rich lapilli tuffs and a crystal-poor lava-like tuffs, reflecting a middle Permian anaerobic setting. Hydrothermal cerussitization and deformation occurred under green schist to sub-green schist conditions, with uranium-lead discordances indicating zircon modification during alpine and neogen episodes. So that's all for this study. I hope you learn more about this research, and I bid you thank you, uh, and God bless to us all.